Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Well, Sarah and I are living a blessed life, I can tell you that, aren't we, honey?
Yes.
And today is the day you've all been waiting for. Well, at least some of you. The Toro versus Scag demo is happening today right here at this 2.5 acre property behind me, in front of me, beside me. It's huge. I've got to get to trimming before he gets here, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to do my best, okay? I cannot stress enough that when you've been with one mower brand for a long period of time, it is extremely hard to get you off of that brand. So I am going to do my best to be impartial about the Toro. It's a 52 grandstand, and we're going to have a 52 V-Ride too. So I hope I give you guys some good information. You know, I'm going to do my best. I'm not a professional at this. I test them sometimes. I tell you what I think. So far, one of the best mowers I've ever ridden as far as tracking, cut, striping has been the Bad Boy. That is a very good mower. And unfortunately, we do not have a dealer within 70 miles of us, or I would own a Bad Boy. It's just what it is, man. We just don't have the dealer in our area, and I can't, as you guys know, you're not going to drive 70 miles. And here he is pulling up right now. I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, there is the Toro grandstand. Okay, we got a Kawasaki FX691V on it. That is carbureted. Okay, guys, so let's start the comparison. The pad, you got about 1.5 inches of thickness because there's a board behind it. The handles, I can tell you I'm not hip on these type of handles where you got to push them both down. Let's see how many hours this has on it. It has 112 hours. Let's see, there we go. Let's see where we at. 112 hours. Not real hip on that little battery cover because it leaves the battery completely open. I'll just show you on my V-Ride. Of course, most of you guys have seen them. You have a battery box, and you get into the battery that way. So, not so sure I'm hip on the gas tank being right out in the open like that. And here comes the V-Ride 2. Okay, so there are the two units next to each other. And this one's got the EFI engine on it. You can get it carbureted. Back tires, much bigger. Front casters, much bigger. If you're going to judge just based off what looks sturdier, to me, this mower looks much sturdier. Plastic covers over top of your spindles. Metal covers over top of your spindles. Let's look at the pad on the V-Ride. Much thicker. Now, the V-Ride is how much, Don?
It's going to be in about the $11,000 range.
$11,000 range. How much for the grandstand?
Grandstand's going to be in about the $10,000.
$10,000. Okay. They're both 52s. You can see how that pad is kind of way out. I'm not sure what that's about.
The pad does flip up.
Oh, okay, yeah, so they can get in to work on it.
Well, and if you're on an incline,
yep,
and you need to walk it,
okay,
you can flip it up and walk it.
Oh, so you can flip the
the
platform up. Let's see here. There you go. Okay, so that's one thing that the Scag can't do.
Correct.
So you can lift that up and walk the mower, which I think is a cool idea. I think that's a neat idea.
It gives you a little more versatility, I think, if you get into certain situations.
Hills, things like hills that you cannot. But I will say, now, do they offer twills for the Toro?
We can buy them through aftermarket.
Okay. Just giving you guys.
Scag does.
Yep. So let's get to mowing, guys, and I'm going to mow this middle section with the Toro, and then we're going to come over here and mow that with the V-Ride 2. And then I'm going to cry because he's going to take them away, and I'm left with a 48 to finish the rest of this. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, I've had enough of the Toro, and we're going to cut the rest of this with the V-Ride 2, and we're going to see if there's a difference. Don just told me the Toro does not do as well on wet grass as the Scag does, so we're going to find out. But you can see, I mean, it to me looks like it hardly has been cut, and that's 4 inches. So we're going to go 4 inches on this side with the V-Ride 2. Okay guys, I'm going to show you something. This strip has already been cut with the Toro. I'm going to go down it coming this way with the V-Ride, and you see how much grass is still being cut. Okay, you see the grass on the driveway there. Does that look like a better cut to you? To me it does. I'm just saying. We're going to compare a mower to a mower. Let's compare it. This Scag V-Ride 2 does cut better. Okay, so both mowers have had freshly sharpened blades. You guys saw it, and I'll show it to you again. There is a difference in the cut quality. You can be a Toro guy all you want, and I will tell you the Toro has a really nice ride. It's very comfortable. I'm surprised with the pad. You're not really touching the pad a lot. I do like the fact that you can, sorry I have no microphone. I do like the fact that you can lift the platform up and you can use it as a walk behind. That's really cool. But as far as cut quality, it's okay. I mean, it puts stripes in the lawn. Okay, I'm not going to say it doesn't put stripes in the lawn, but my customers don't want stripes in the lawn. They want the yard cut with stripes in the lawn, and the V-Ride 2 does that. I'm not saying that one doesn't, but that is freshly sharpened blades, and we'll show you the difference again. Now, one thing I don't like about the Toro, unless your hands are closed onto the handles and they're down, you cannot turn the blades on. So you have to put both hands down and then reach up and put the blades on. I'm sure guys finagle it to where they hold down with one hand and then turn them on, but I don't like that. I want to be able to get on the mower, pull the blades, go. I'm not a fan, of course, of the EFI, so I wouldn't order one with it, but I will say that's a nice ride. I will say it's got a decent cut. It does stripe. But you guys have seen this lawn in pictures. You've seen me do it with my V-Ride. This does not give the quality of cut that the V-Ride does. And that's, comfortability-wise, it's great. Reverse-wise, the V-Ride reverses much faster, much faster. This is very slow when reversing. Of course, you've only got that far to go. But let me bring you over here. Sorry guys, I'm not a comparison guy, so that's all the farther you have to go back. Okay? That's not a lot. On the V-Ride, well, I got it locked, but you can see the space. Okay? Same mowers, 52-inch grandstand, 52-inch V-Ride. I'm not telling you that this mower is bad. That's not what I'm saying. It's a nice mower. This video was for me to compare the two, which cuts better, which is more comfortable. Now this does have a comfortable ride. The Toro has a great ride. But as far as cut quality on my yards, just mine, the V-Ride 2 blows this out of the water. I'll show you. Now it can stripe. It can stripe for sure. But you can definitely tell, at least I can from being here. Maybe you'd have to be here. But you can tell this is where the V-Ride starts. And that's where the Toro is. The grass just looks cut, guys. You can tell by the clover. There's not as much clover on this side as there is on that side. I don't know if I need to, you know, if you can, I don't even know if you can see that, but you can tell. So Don, those were both sharpened.
Yeah.
And you say that the V-Ride does better in wet grass.
Wet conditions,
Yep. And that's what we have. And
yeah.
I think a lot of people don't understand in Ohio, every morning,
every day,
until about 11 o'clock, the grass is soaked.
Yep.
And it's fescue and it's thick, and you have to have a mower that's going to cut in those conditions. And I'm not, and now, do you do well selling the Toros? Do a lot of them sell?
We sell a lot of the other version of that, the multi-force.
Okay.
But we do surprisingly well with them.
Okay.
Now,
do they cut better than the Grandstand?
No, same frame. Other than the A-frame coming out where the deck and stuff hangs.
Yeah.
It's a little heavier.
Okay.
But really, they're the same mower.
Okay.
As far as cut, they'll be uniform to each other.
Okay. So, I've cut enough with the Toro to know that, and like I said, guys, I'm not putting Toro down in any way. Toro has a good mower. It's very comfortable, it rides nice, but you're going to compare a 52 to a 52. That's what you guys wanted. You wanted my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is the V-Ride cuts better. It just does. I don't know. I could cut this entire yard with that Toro and then recut it with the V-Ride, and I'm going to have grass coming out. So that tells me one mower cuts better than the other. And it's not that I dislike Toro. You guys wanted my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is that the V-Ride cuts better. The V-Ride handles better. The V-Ride's more responsive. The V-Ride has better speed at backing up, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, there's much more there to play with. And as far as speed goes, there's just something about the Scag over the Toro. Now, the Toro's got some speed, but when you, and I noticed as you're turning, those handles coming up. Now, guys that are used to Toros have that probably down pat. I'm not used to them, so I don't have them down pat. But not being used to it, it's a hindrance. So if you're a new guy and you're jumping on 3 mowers and only one of them has the handles you have to hold down, you're going to be more comfortable on the other ones, wouldn't you say?
I would say, yeah.
So
a lot of it comes down to what you're brought up on and
yep.
What you're used to. Everybody's machines have a little different handling to them.
Yep.
The other thing I just want to point out too, even in today's technological era, we still have a problem getting cutting heights at the correct height from one machine to another.
Yeah.
So I do know the Scag will typically cut a little shorter
Yep.
than some of the other mowers out there.
Yep.
On the same settings. So it's kind of one of those things that doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way it is. So you have to kind of really take and measure your blades to know where your true 4 inches is at. Or
I think for us guys out here, and you've run mowers, of course, you almost can tell when you're right where you need to be.
Yeah.
You can, if you hit 3 3/4 and it's just taking a little too much off, you can hit 4 inches and it's right where, and it may not be a true 4 inches,
right,
but it's the height where you know the lawn looks good. I'm not getting a lot of thatch thrown
Right.
out the side. Of course, unless it's springtime, and then it's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
Most of
thing.
these guys have no idea what our springs are like.
Yeah,
It's
wet and ugly.
and it grows and grows and
You
grows
take about 6 to 8 inches off every week.
every week. And I mean, we were taking probably 6-7 inches off yesterday. It was insane. In fact, this one hasn't grown as much, but you know, I will say this: if you are getting into lawn care, you're not going to go wrong with the Toro. It's a good mower. And what's the warranty on the Toro?
The Toro carries a 3-year, 1,500-hour warranty.
And the Scag?
Scag is a 2-year, unlimited hours.
Okay, so that's nice. So one has 1 more year and 1,500, and it's, especially if you're a solo guy, it's going to be hard to put 1,500 hours on in 3 years.
Yeah, the companies that mass produce cutting, those are the ones that get into those hour ranges in a couple years. So it really comes down. But you know, a guy like Shane, not that he's not out here working every day, working hard, he just may not have.
I don't have
that
100 yards.
Capability.
When you've got guys that have 100, 200, 300 yards a week, and they've got guys running 10, 12 hours a day, you're putting some hours on the machines, especially bigger properties.
Sure.
Guys that do apartments and stuff, they're running, it's nonstop. So, yeah, I'm small potatoes, believe me, folks, but I need a mower that the customers look at, not the mower, but the cut quality. In the wet conditions, in the thick fescue, even in the country yards. This isn't necessarily fescue, this is kind of a hodgepodge of whatever. Weeds.
A little bit of everything.
But it's got to look good. And so, you know, I already told him next year I'm buying a V-Ride 2 52-inch. He already knows, so he's got my business. But, and that's another thing, guys. Dealers, you all know this. They make the world a difference. The dealer support is absolutely where it's at. You may not be able to get the mower you want in your area, but if you have a great dealer, that does make up for quite a bit.
It goes a long ways, guys, because your business is our business, and us keeping you guys running, you know, you're making money when you're running.
Yep, and then therefore, you can afford more things. I mean, that's the way it goes. You know, this stuff is not built to last forever. Just remember that. I mean, there's people that'll tell you, oh, I got 8,000 hours on this mower. Come on, man. That is such a rarity, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that, to me, I think if you're a homeowner and you own 2 acres and you're cutting once a week, you can have a mower that would last you 5,000-6,000 hours.
Yeah, your lifetime, basically.
Yeah, as long as you're taking care of it. We're not doing that, man. We're running these things hard, beating them up, and that's just the truth. These mowers take a beating.
Yep.
And they're built for that. So, Don, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And guys, if you want to know how to get a hold of this guy, I will have you message me. I'll give you my email and I'll get you his contact information. I promise you, he is one of the best guys to ever work with. I have not worked with anybody else in over 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I found him. So, all right, we'll be back. Okay, guys, so I did the demo for you. I didn't need too much. I'm never a guy that needs a whole lot of stuff going on. I do appreciate his time for sure, because that guy is busy. I can only tell you, and you may not see it in the video, I can only tell you that both him and I stood here and you can see a difference. I'm not telling you that Toro's bad. I'm not saying that. You guys wanted a demo You wanted to see me. You wanted to hear my thoughts on it. I'm giving you my opinion. This is in no way a slam on anybody's mowers. Can you save money by buying one over the other? Yes. But to me, the quality is the issue, man. The quality of the cut. Toro's got a great, they got a great warranty. They have a good mower. If you stack it up against the Scag, it's a no-brainer for me. And real quick, before I get cutting and I got to get my day going, Big H has a recipe. We're going to do a Big H recipe every week. And this week is taco salad. Okay, so what Big H says he does is he takes the old tortilla chips that are in the bottom near the bag and the bottom of the bag, crunches them up, throws them in a bowl, and then puts his taco meat over it with his toppings. Right, honey?
Yep.
And that's the Eddie H special. Or as you guys know him as Big H. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered some questions for you. There's a lot of good qualities on the Toro. I do like the ride. There's a lot of good qualities on the V-Ride. My choice, we've already kind of put our order in for a 52 V-Ride. We just told Don we're absolutely buying one next year. So when the new price comes out in September or October, we're going to probably take some money over, put a down payment on it, and then we're going to bring one home sometime early next year. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that one, and what a blessing it was to be able to spend some time with my dealer. He's a great guy, and if you want to know anything, just let me know. I'll send you my email address. You can email me. And Miss Sarah, it's time for us to get to work, isn't it?
Hope so.
All right, guys, have a great day. God bless you all. We love you. As always, Dr. Real was in the house. Keep it real, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.